Hey, what's going on, y'all? What is going on with my hat? Why does my hat look like that? Alright, yeah, go ahead and flip it over to the other side. What's up, y'all? Alright, I already shuffled a little bit. I'll shuffle a little bit more. But what up, though? It's your boy X. Kinda forever. I'm just gonna take my hat off because I think I look funny with it. Right now. I mean, I got all these colors up here, and then the beige. I got on beige pants, but you can't see the whole outfit. It just looked like I work for UPS or something. I don't know. But anyhow, what's going on? What's going on? It's your boy X. Welcome to X-Men, Tarot, Oracle, and Angelic Messages. Got some new cards. I'm gonna go ahead and mix these and do a little bit of tarot just to get the current energies, but also use some of my oracle cards. I got the Crystal Visions Tarot and the Keepers of Light Oracle cards by Kyle Gray and Crystal Vision Tarot Jennifer Galasso. All right, let's see. Going on with the collective. What's going on with the collective? What's going on? A lot of energies going on lately. You know, all this retrograde and stuff. We are almost to the end. Thank God. Know about y'all, but man, ready to come out of all this review of the life. I done enough reviewing, you know. I know y'all like, come on, man, longest review ever. But you know, I guess it's cool. I mean, it makes sense to go through a review now, considering that, you know, it's going first into spring, so we're coming out all that, you know, winter mode, and you know, planting the seeds and everything, and stuff coming to fruition, to harvest season coming to summer. So you know, I guess it goes with the season. So can't complain. I mean, well, you know, we complain about it, but you know we can do about it. So you just gotta accept it. Accept it, keep on moving, keep on pushing. All right, let's see. Messages do we have for the collective? Only divine spirit, come on through. We only want messages from the divine and the divine only. Go ahead and get 5 cards. Really? I was about to say 4, and they went ahead and put 5 out here. See how they be doing me, y'all? See how they be doing me? All right. All right. First off, we have Gaia. Show y'all the card. Shuffle these other cards. We have Gaia. Yeah, I'm outside this time. Change the scenery. Finally got some good weather up north. Excited about that, man. Been fiending for this sunlight. Been fiending for it. While shuffling, the Magician card wanted to show itself. So I feel like a lot of us, we get into, you know, our power, step into our true power. We're starting to see stuff that we've been manifesting, you know, this whole time, actually starting to come into fruition, starting to come in from the as above, starting to come to the below. Which, hey, I'm all about that. All about that gravy train right there. All about that. But we have, let's see, Gaia. Know that we are protected. It's a lot of emotions going on. Still seeing the green of the planet of the Earth. So definitely a lot of grounding going on. You know, getting more outside. Things are coming more so into balance, I feel, for a lot of people. You know, especially coming at the end of this retrograde, you know, going through all that emotional review and, you know, just figuring out, some of us figuring out, you know, where life is headed, where things are going. Excuse me. I got a little bit of coffee. Also figuring out where our path is, where our calling is going. You know, I don't know about anybody else, but sometimes it gets a little hard trying to balance, especially if you have multiple paths. Trying to figure out which path and what to do and how to go about it and where to start. You know, I was watching the movie with my son the other day called Meet the Robinsons. And in this movie, it was basically, it hit home for me a lot. And I'm sure for a lot of other individuals. It was Meet the Robinsons, and it was about a little boy who was in an orphanage. Excuse the truck. Got a bridge over there. Was in an orphanage, and he was an inventor. And right when he was, basically, make a long story short, right when he was on the verge of creating, you know, the thing that just really set his life into motion, you know, so much stuff had happened. Somebody tried to steal his invention and, you know, use it for the wrong good. And, you know, he was getting ready to give up. Because he was getting ready to give up, you know, he was going to allow somebody else to get a hold of the invention, because, you know, he got frustrated because when he went towards it, you know, it just didn't work out as planned, which, you know, a lot of us, we go through that. I feel like, you know, a lot of us through that Mercury retrograde, that's what we had went through. You got the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups came out. So, you know, almost at the end, well, at the end of a completion, you know, he completed his project and everything. The cups came out. He completed his project, but somebody, you know, had basically kind of sabotaged it. It was this hat that belonged to the guy that somebody from the future, which turned out to be his son in the future, took a time machine that he essentially invented. Now, mind you, he doesn't know, you know, all of this. But came back, was like, no, look, we gotta catch this dude, because, and he's the one that, you know, come to find out, his little hat went over there, filled with something, and make the whole machine, you know, go about. And the teacher was disappointed, you know, everybody was upset and mad at him, like, no, you did all of this, and, you know, because your everything you've ever created just literally blew up in your face and everybody else's faces. And and then he basically gave up, was like, no, you know, I'm done, I'm tired. And the crazy thing about it with this whole movie, the guy that was actually trying to sabotage that, you know, was going back, turned out to be his roommate. And because he was working on his project all night, you know, he was so focused and everything, and that, yeah, you know, he ended up keeping the other boy up to the point where he had a baseball game the next day, and he ended up losing the baseball game by missing the winning catch because he had fell asleep. So he blamed it all on the guy that was, you know, on what is his name? Well, he changed his name to, it was Lewis. It was Lewis. But he ended up changing it to Cornelius. You know, and yeah, page of swords that came out. So, you know, that represents, you know, just because something might have went wrong, and, you know, you had, you know, you was almost at, you know, you had completed something, you was about to go into the next cycle, but we didn't get to that 10 of cups yet. You know, we just was at that 9 of cups level, that, you know, the page of swords came out and something just went, you know, haywire. Something went wrong, you know, something stopped you or prevented you from, you know, moving forward. And, you know, and it's frustrating. You know, it's not saying that, you know, your emotions or anything was wrong, but also I'm getting two different storylines here. You know, don't give up for those who are almost at a completing cycle, and then for others, you know, because you feel like, okay, well, this person did that, or whatever the case may be, or something happened, you know, don't harbor that resentment and that pain to the point where you become so consumed with it that now you grow up and want revenge on this person because you feel like this person, you know, destroyed your whole life. You know, you could just sit back, because what the guy, his roommate, was Goob. You know, he sat back and he just harbored the whole everything. You know, he didn't want to, you know, go through interviews anymore to get adopted out. Come to find out, you know, he just stayed in the orphanage. You know, even when it was closed down, he just stayed there and kept hearing, because if he didn't go back and tinker with the machine, you know, he heard Lewis growing up and basically doing everything that, you know, he wanted to accomplish. So Goob had basically went into a time machine and went back and sabotaged, you know, everything so that he could end up taking over the world. But come to find out, by him trying to do that, he was actually being controlled by the hat that he found. Now, mind you, the hat was a creation or invention that Lewis had created, but it started to take a mind of its own and take over. And Goob didn't realize that, you know, the hat was basically telling him what to do, which is, you know, those dark energies, those negative emotions and forces that aren't necessarily seen by us, that tends to take over and run away. And, you know, he wasn't seeing the bigger picture. Like, neither one of them was actually seeing the bigger picture at hand. And by him taking that hat and just locking it away, once it tried to like oh, you know, just gonna throw it to the side, they actually went, you know, he succeeded, stole Lewis's machine and everything, and went back and signed up for Eventco. And then the hat, once that happened, the hat completely took over. It destroyed, you know, the whole city. It basically looked like go back to the Matrix, how, you know, the real world looked when everything was pretty much ran by machines. Like, no lie, it looked just like that, but in a kid form. And that ended up being, you know, powerful. So it was just two sides of the same coin, just seen in two different realities that had gotten out of hand, out of control. And, you know, if each one of them had, you know, grounded themselves and came back into the present and looked like, okay, well, let me see your side of things. And then Lewis was able to see his side, and then Goob was also able to see Lewis's side. And basically, you know, when Lewis, after everything was said and done, you know, yeah, Lewis did that, but he then also went back and supported his friend right before he went to his, because he ended up fixing the machine, went back to the science fair, but he stopped along the way and went to the baseball game, and, you know, was there for support, you know. And then right when the winning pitch, he, you know, showed up right when the winning pitch was happening. He was like, hey, Goob, you know, the dude, he woke up, he was like, what? Ended up catching the winning pitch. So, you know, that, you know, fixed everything for that. He went back, was like, look, I know everything kept, you know, blowing up and getting out of proportion and things of that, but look, like, I fixed it. I fixed it. It's going to get right. The teacher's a little hesitant, like, you know, I don't know. Like, your machines, your inventions just keep going wrong. And it's like, I know, but I finally, this is it. And I finally have it, you know. But the teacher, you know, didn't hold anything, you know, against us. Like, okay, I mean, you say you got it, let's go for it again. You know, that's the thing with, you know, inventors and us being magicians and things of that nature. You know, some stuff we want to manifest, it's not going to work out exactly as planned, but also, you know, don't give up, keep going, keep striving forward. You know, even if you got to take that time out to get upset at yourself and feel those emotions or get, you know, upset, you know, everything happens for a reason. Nothing is, you know, on accident. You know, the biggest thing is, you know, learning from those mistakes and moving forward. You know, the worst thing that we can do is not to learn from those mistakes and not willing to grow, to be able to move forward and push forward and keep going. Because by doing that, you know, we're just allowing fate to happen. And we are masters of our own fate. You know, we are the captains of our soul, but we are the masters of our own fate. You know, God, or, you know, the universe, source, spirit, Gaia, whoever you believe in, is the master of our soul. And by doing so, you know, that brings balance within, you know, yourself and ourselves, and the situations or whatever it is that we're working for, whether it's love, whether it's career, whether it's anything, you know, because this is a general reading. So for whatever that it is, you know, this is just a general reading for just the collective at hand. But that's what I'm getting for Gaia. Okay, moving on. Oh, I can read it. Be mindful of the planet. Come back to Earth. Stay grounded. Well, yep. That's what that says. Okay, next one. Mercury. Open communication. I'm not going to read the bottom part of it yet. Mercury, what I'm getting is, medicine. Also getting heart chakra. That makes sense. Love is the medicine of the world. You know, we as spiritual beings, those of us who are consciously awake and, you know, learning to come in with because we are our own twin flame within ourselves. We are our own twin flame within ourselves. You know, the twin flame journey is not necessarily about finding, you know, that special partner more so than it is finding that special partner within ourselves, which is our masculine and our feminine side. It's being in balance with that, because, you know, in Western society, which is spreading, you know, throughout the world, we're taught that, well, no, women are emotional and men are logical. We all have the ability to be both. It's not one or the other. It's not based off of sex. Like, that's more coming from an egotistical, you know, standpoint. Be like, oh, well, no, men are macho, men can only do this and men can only do that, and oh, well, no, women, you know, we have to look pretty and do this and this and this and that's, and it works, but no, you know, because there's guys that use their, you know, their brute and strength to, you know, dominate, and then there's women who use, you know, their beauty and emotions to dominate, you know. But it's finding that balance within both, in everyone, whether you're male or female. We have masculine and feminine, you know. It's just more naturally, and even with men, it doesn't matter what your sex is, you know. If you're a person that process things emotionally first and then logically, that's feminine energy. That's divine feminine. You're essentially, you know, primarily your first approach to everything is in a divine feminine aspect, in a divine feminine way. But it's being able to know when to, okay, well, no, you know what, this is not the time to process stuff, you know, through my emotions first. This is a time for me to process stuff logically and then let it come out through my emotions, because everything is tied into love. Everything, every communication, everything that we do, whether it's relationships, whether it's in career, whether, you know, every aspect of our life. Because what? God is love. The universe is love. Gaia is love. It all starts with love. And if you're, you know, you're essentially somebody who processes things logically and comes out, you know, emotionally, you're essentially a divine masculine naturally. But it's being able to embrace the other side and be like, okay, you know, this is not the time for me to process it logically and then let it come out through my emotions. This is for me to bring it in through my more emotional state and then process it logically and then having it come out in that way, you know. And that's the trick, is finding, you know, what situation to do what in. And that's, you know, that's where we make mistakes, is, okay, well, you know what, I should have did it the other way instead of what came, you know, more natural for me. You know, maybe that was the time for me to flip it and switch it. But, you know, we go through our experiences to be able to learn from them. Every experience is a learning point. It's a turning point, regardless whether it was, you know, something that didn't go as planned or something that went perfectly as planned. We learn from it all. But seeing, you know, medicines popping off. What do we have for Mercury? Clarification. Mercury. You know, and that goes with in the Ten of Wands. Releasing, you know, baggages, old ways, old patterns, you know, carrying, you know, heavy load. You know, a lot of times, you know, we do go through mistakes or things that work out as planned. You know, we tend to carry that with us. We hold on to that. But it's you know, letting that go. Being able to release that, like, okay, yeah, you know, you made mistakes, yeah, you know, and even if a situation doesn't go as planned, 9 out of 10, well, no, not even 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, most things that happen that doesn't go as planned, there's faults on both sides of it, and it's not just blaming one or blaming one versus the other, or somebody being right or somebody being wrong. It's like, okay, well, I see my mistakes, but I also see your mistakes, and vice versa. Hey, yeah, I see your mistakes, but I also see my mistakes in the situation, or going through something like, yeah, I should have did that, but that place of employment also should have did this, and it's going through and learning from it. Like, hey, it happens. Shit happens. Shit happens. But it's also not carrying that and tormenting, ourselves, and keep reliving those experiences over and over and over again. It's stepping out that comfort zone and going, hey, boom, boom, bam. And we have the Seven of Cups, that wanted to come out in reverse. So, stepping out of confusion. So with the Ten of Wands, whatever was going on, whatever heavy burden, heavy situation, we're coming out of that. We're coming out of that. We're coming out of a sense of confusion and carrying, a heavy load. And we're finding balance, temperance, finding balance, finding a way to balance the passion and emotions, the reasoning and emotional state, and the passion, the fire. It has the fire and the water, and that essentially, got the butterflies and everything on there, keeping one foot in the water, one foot on the ground. She's sitting, chilling. She's like, yep, I got this. I know exactly how much water to put in there. I know exactly how much fire to put in there. And that is blowing us into butterflies. Just in time for spring. Just in time for spring. And that, was over the Ten of Wands. So we're finding balance with that. And then over the Seven of Cups in reverse, we have the Chariot. By no longer being confused and looking for, the right cup. Because as you can see in this one, got all those cups, and they're looking for, the cup with the rainbow coming out of it. They're checking. She knows that there's a whole bunch of cups down here, but, she's checking, like, okay. But they don't see that's right behind them. But you did, because it came out in reverse. So you saw it, like, okay, you know what I do? I got this right here. And we got the Chariot. We got movement. We got balancing. Got the dark and it has the black and the white. So with them combined together, it's the gray area. It's seeing the whole picture for as it is, not just one versus the other, or one side to another side. And it's be able to control, our masculine and our feminine side. You know exactly where you're going. Got the eagle. Got the eagle up there, y'all. Y'all know about the eagles. You don't know the spiritual meaning of an eagle? Definitely check it out. Definitely look it up. You got the Queen of Swords, cutting out things that no longer serves in our life. Cutting it all out. We just ain't got we ain't got the time for it. And that's bringing, a sense of transformation. Whole bunch of butterflies. She's walking into the sun. People are like, okay, there was that sunset. No, that's a sunrise right there. That's a sun rising. It's a sun rising over the mountains. Which all goes hand in hand with that movie. That was thank y'all. That was a good movie to it's Meet the Robinsons. Definitely check that out. And then with communication, we have get a weight off your chest. Speak up with love and be heard. Well, ain't that? I love when y'all do this. I really do. I love when y'all do this. Okay, next we got hope. Oh, sacral chakra. Man, sacral chakra been coming up for me all day today. I did a little reading earlier with somebody, and man. And then I got pink, so Archangel Uriel. Also, that's unconditional love right there. Unconditional love. Hope, love, and acceptance. Got flowers blooming. Springtime, y'all. Spring. It's spring. Hermit mode. Love and acceptance with everything that's been going on, or whether there's 5 cards here, so it's going to be a mixture for everybody. You get in where you fit in. Something could be have already happened in the past. That could be your present. It could be your future. Get in where you fit in. It's a collective read. Take what resonates and throw away what doesn't, and something's going to be. So maybe you're coming into hermit mode. Maybe you're going into hermit mode. Maybe you're coming out of hermit mode. But with finding, hope and acceptance, you do have to take that time to go within and take the time to reflect. At the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords. Yeah, you was watching over your back. A lot of crows up in here. A lot of crows up in here. And especially when we're on the verge of making a breakthrough, or a comeback, or getting that 10 of cups, that's when those dark entities and energies really want to come after us, really want to, attack and see us not get what it is that, we've been working for. Got the Ace of Wands. We created it. We defeated that. We defeated that. And we have the Eight of Swords in reverse. We have Strength in reverse. Now, usually, I know people are like, oh, well, no, Strength is in reverse. Well, what they're getting at, what I'm feeling, what they're telling me is that it's not in the way that, it's usually taken or read. The Eight of Swords, we're coming out of being bound and being tied and feel like we're stuck and we're trapped. We're finding that way out coming out of that winter time, and we're going into, the better season, but not in such a strong, powerful way where it's overbearing. Because, sometimes strength can be too much. Strength can be, too straightforward, and this is over, hope and acceptance, love and acceptance. So it's not coming in too strong. Not coming in too strong in a situation. You got the Nine of Wands, been wrestling. Got a lot of... The Wands is, the main tool of the magician. The fact that I wanted to come on reverse also shows that, not coming in with so much passion, with so much intent, so much ferocity. And with it being 9, it is a form of completion, because what came out to back the Strength in reverse and the Nine of Wands in reverse is the Empress. So you're coming from a more emotional place, and she's stable as well. Yeah, she's the Empress because a lot of people see the Empress as just feminine energy, but she also has balance. She has 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on land. A lot of butterflies, about to pick them fruits. Them delicious old apples up there. And the Empress, she runs her stuff. She knows how to, like, okay, let me take a step back. Went to her mode, reflected, let some stuff go, realize you're not stuck. Coming out of a lot of stuff. Especially with this Mercury retrograde going on and everything. And the fact that we're coming out the Mercury retrograde, and then love and acceptance was the next. Like, this is y'all on point today, ain't y'all? All right. Next card, let me read what. Love is yours. Recognize your divine worth. Choose loving thoughts. Yes, love is yours. Choose loving thoughts. Know that, love yourself and accept yourself first. And be like, you know what? Yeah, I got this. Yeah, you ain't perfect. We all gonna make mistakes. We all gonna make mistakes. Ain't nobody perfect. Ain't nobody is perfect. We all strive for that sense of perfection. The best that we could be, the best that we can possibly be at whatever level we are. And that's what we're here to do. Strive for that level of perfection. And the more we go up, is getting up a couple steps, perfecting that to the best of our natural ability. And, but understanding that we're not perfect. Ain't nobody's below us. Ain't nobody above us. Find that power within yourself first. Because, with Lewis and Goob, they felt like, especially with him, he wanted to be adopted so bad and have a permanent family. And then come to find out by him traveling to the future that, he did eventually have a family and everything. He just had to keep on going and keep on striving. Like, he would bring his inventions to interviews, and the people just wasn't feeling him out. Just wasn't feeling him out. You know, it just wasn't working out. He ended up, some dude was allergic to peanut butter. He made a peanut butter and jelly machine to, you know, perfectly spread peanut butter and jelly on the toast perfectly. And he ended up having an allergic reaction. And he overheard them say, like, no, that boy's not for us, you know. And that, yeah, you know, that can, you know, hurt your spirit. But it's finding that strength and be able to come back and bounce back by loving yourself. Like, you know what? Yeah, you might not like it, but you know what? I like it, I love it, and somebody else will. Somebody will be there to, you know, help, you know, empower or lift you up. It doesn't matter whether it's a romantic sense or, you know, family or friends, or and be able to fill up your own cup as well. Through whatever, through it all. And we have Krishna, devotion. Got a lot of protection up here. Transformation, protection, healing going on. Sacral chakra. We got all the colors. Grounding. Yeah, come in alignment with the chakras. Everything's coming into alignment. And then we have, that's devotion, you know, staying devoted. We have the Knight of Wands in reverse. You know, knights are usually very spontaneous with their passion. You know, they just go full force. They don't necessarily think about it, but the fact that, you know, it's in reverse is the fact that, you know, taking some time out, thinking about everything, coming up with an approach to a situation, a matter, time, place. And see, boom, there it is. You know, leaving the old things that no longer serves behind, stepping away from a more jovial way of being, coming into more maturity, you know. And that's all we can do through every level. We all have that inner kid, and we're going to face that inner kid, and, you know, and maybe just want to just do something, or I want, or, you know, I gotta have it, or just do it without necessarily thinking. And, you know, it's finding that balance within that. Once we get to so many steps, we're going to be able to do that quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker. We're always going to have to go through those steps. But every level, yeah, is going to come up with something harder, but also because of our strength and what we've been through and all the experiences that we have been through and learn from, we're going to be able to do that so much quicker and be able to come out of those emotions. Like the first time that I had to actually sit back and, which I was taught, you know, by following, you know, a reader on here, is, you know, when you were thinking bad, because I was very naturally a very optimistic person, and then having, you know, so much happen. I mean, so much happened to the fact that my mind went to a very pessimistic way of thinking, and having those thoughts and be able to, okay, you know what? Yeah, I could feel this way. I could be in this moment, and went from being in that moment for a week to being in that moment for a couple of days to being in that moment for a couple of hours to 5 or 10 minutes. You know, sometimes you got to go, but sometimes something reminds you, you end up going back. You're like, okay, yep. And then, you know, you bring yourself right back out of it to the point where it started happening faster and faster. Now, yeah, sometimes you're going to have something that, you know, weighs a little bit heavier. Because, you know, like I said, when you about to get to that 10, some real tough energy going to start coming in. So it might not take you. You might, you know, be easy with yourself, you know. Be like, man, but, you know, I was able to get over this. Yeah, but this is a different level. And so it's going to come in a little bit heavier. So that's the word, like, hey, can you handle this? And then you like, you know what? And yeah, you might take, you know, 2 steps back, but then you end up taking a big ass leap forward by, you know, recognizing it and finding it and be like, okay, you know what? Nope, I'm just gonna learn from this and I'm gonna keep on going. And 6 of Cups, finding balance and all of that. And that's balance. I didn't even realize it was, like, I went through the picture, didn't even necessarily realize that it was the 6 of Cups, just looking at the picture. Magician card at the bottom of the deck wanted to stand out. We got that Magician, got that power. Oop, got that power. Yep, Ace of Swords in reverse. You know, not coming in so forcefully. 6 of Pentacles, bringing stuff into fruition, as above, so below, in the physical form, in a balanced, a stable way. Y'all is on fire today. 33 minutes, 5 cards. Oh, I think that's a record for me right there, y'all. We have this. Ooh, with the Crow, we got Secrets, Freya, Secrets, Moon Cycle, Cancer energy. Crows can go, you know, either ways. Crows have, you know, a little bit of a darker side, but they also have a positive side. So, you know, phases and cycles. But where I'm getting with this one, it's the magical side of harnessing. What they're telling me is harnessing that magical magician ability that we have in ourselves to come to an end of a cycle of phases and cycles, and being able to complete that. Know that you are protected, you are guarded. The wind. The wind. Something about the wind. Any clarification on the wind? It's something. Maybe it'll come to me. Maybe it might stand out for just, 1 or 2 people, but okay, we got leap of faith. We got the Fool. Paint with all the colors of the wind. Pocahontas is coming in, y'all. Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Ain't that like a twin flame movie? Okay, find that twin flame within yourself. Might be able to come into, twin flame you in with someone else. We got the King of Swords. Taking a leap of faith, ending cycles. Oh, ending cycles in a very powerful way. Letting stuff be known, letting things be spoke. Coming in very powerful, but not to a point where it's unstable. Because he's sitting there, he's very secure, he's very domineering not in a manipulative way, but I know what it is, very, very, very assured of oneself. There we go. Thank you. Appreciate that. Very assured of oneself. So you take a leap of faith in a very assured way. Got the Knight of Cups. It wanted to come out in reverse. Under the Fool. The leap of faith. Just wanted to come out. Judgment. When to come out in reverse. So the fact that it's clarifying the King of Swords, so it's not having harsh judgments over yourself and others. Okay. Knight of Swords. Laying them burdens down. Okay. All right. And then we also have the Two of Pentacles under the Judgment card. So balancing, laying burden down, coming to a sense of balance. And then we got the Unknown card. The Unknown card. We ain't gonna know until we step forward. Have clarifications on the Unknown cards. I know y'all like, what is this? It's not knowing, and it's taking that leap of faith, even though you don't know what's going to happen, even though you don't know what's going on, whether you don't know what's going to happen, or whether you don't know what's going on in the situation. Five of Cups. Clarify the Five of Cups, please. The Unknown card. Then we have the Page of Wands. Releasing. Getting grounded, balance. Tower moment. Things changing. At the bottom of the deck, we got the World. And definitely a tower moment of transformation. We got the World. Ace of Cups. I'm gonna leave it at that. Figure that's a good place to end it with, especially with all these cards that came out, and then we had some stuff in reverses and all of that. Oh, else I can read this. There is a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. Oh, enough said. We gonna leave it at that. Yep. We gonna leave it just as that. Sure is. Also, another thing that I did want to mention that they just, thank you for reminding me, appreciate it, is with the movie and the Robinsons, he's an inventor, and it's not that he just invented, one thing. He invented multiple things, and it's not that, which it can be hard, but his one thing was that he knew that he created things. Some people might be like, oh, just stay creating robots, just stay creating, time machines, just say, and other people, might put in their opinions and things of that nature, but it's not up to anybody else. You know, if you know you're an inventor of many things, but it's also finding that balance between your work and you know, family, personal life, and everything in between. You know, sometimes we do have to go on a hurry mode to be able to balance it all, to be able to figure out what it is I need to do, how to go about things and things of that nature. But it is finding a sense of balance between them all as well. And you don't have to, you know, just because you create, you don't have to stay to just one specific tangent, one specific aspect of things. It's, you know, being able to, if you have a mind that's very nuanced and you can create many things, go for it. You know, just don't over exert yourself. If you can create, you know, 3 things at a time, go for it. Create 2-3 things at a time. You know, as long as, you know, you're staying in balance. And, you know, if you have a family, like, you know, I have a son, so like for now, like, I wanted to do a review of the movie, and then with everything that was going on today, like, I just combined that in with the tarot reading. And, you know, but I was also able to spend time with my son. But, you know, I'm also working, you know, on, you know, y'all know I do music, so I'm working on that as well. And then, you know, I'm sitting in my car because I'm outside. I want to get a change of scenery, but also after I get done doing this video, I'm gonna go ahead and go to work in the Muggle world and get back to the 3D, and, you know, bring in some pinnacles that way. So, you know, it is not spreading myself thin. You know, once I get done doing that, then I'm gonna go home and spend some time with my son. Since I've been out here all day, I'm spend, you know, the evening with him. You know, so it's finding that balance, finding that balance in what is right for us. But all right, we already have 41 minutes. Thank y'all for tuning in and kicking it in. Yeah, I know I probably look a little bit tired to y'all, but, you know, been out here getting things done. But I have been, you know, getting some sleep and getting some rest in, and you know that. But duty calls as well. I'll be good. That's what coffee's for. That's what coffee is for. You know, that's how I treat myself. Give me a little bit of Starbucks today. But all right, feel free to like, share, subscribe. Everything's down below in the Dropbox. The website is up and running. I gotta upload the pictures to the salt lamps that I got. I only have 11 of them. I waited till it was nice enough, so I just took them to a couple days ago. Yeah, a couple days ago, when it was better weather to go outside and take them outside. You know, take a picture of it inside the house. You know, take it outside in nature. You know, it's a salt lamp. Some nature pictures. But those, I will be uploading those. There will be $27 each lamp. I took a picture of each single lamp, so, you know, you can have your pick. It is the actual picture, and, you know, it's $27 plus shipping and handling. But yeah, the website is up and running for readings. I also do not just readings, but peer venting sessions. So, you know, you might not want to read it. Sometimes you might just need something to, you know, just talk about. You know, especially being on this journey in spiritual life, you know, it gets hard not having, you know, too many people to really converse with. And so that's what that's up there for. So, all right, your boy X, I'm out of here. Peace.